God doesn't exist, and the idea that the human being is the measure of all things.
We want, but like, what are these things? Are they good or bad? And I think some of them are bad.
This Devil's Bible holds a truth so shocking about humanity, it was banned for hundreds of years, and now it's back to haunt us all. It's a book so huge and strange, written by a monk who made a terrifying deal with the devil just to finish it overnight. Let us open its cursed pages now and discover why those who stare too long are never the same again. The book that shouldn't exist. In a forgotten monastery, a monk sat condemned, his crime unknown but severe enough that his fate was sealed. No way out, no escape, except one. He made a promise if he could live, he would write down all the knowledge of the world in a single book. A noble idea, but impossible for a single man in one lifetime, let alone one night. And that is when things took a turn. With ink that glowed like fire and whispers that were not his own, the words began to write themselves. Desperate, the monk did what no sane man would do. He called upon something beyond the reach of prayer, something lurking in the dark corners of existence. The deal was simple, his soul in exchange for the power to finish the book. And just like that, the devil had a new partner. What emerged was a book unlike any before it, containing everything from religious scriptures to spells and forbidden secrets. It is said the monk lost his mind in the process, muttering warnings that no one understood. Whatever he let in, it never left. This thing is not just big, it is monstrous. 3 feet tall, weighing more than 160 pounds, with over 600 pages packed from edge to edge. And here is where it gets strange. Normally, a manuscript like this would take decades, with handwriting changing over time as the writer's hand grew tired. But this one, perfectly uniform. No mistakes, no variation, as if one steady hand wrote it all in one sitting. That is not just unusual, it is unnatural. The ink itself is another mystery. Modern analysis found strange chemicals inside, things that should not have been available at the time. Some suspect alchemical mixtures, designed not just to last but to hold something inside the pages. Was the ink meant to trap something? Or did it serve another purpose, perhaps binding something to the book itself? The book's most infamous feature is a full-page illustration of the devil. Not a tiny drawing, not hidden in the margins, but a massive, terrifying depiction that stands out in chilling contrast to the holy texts around it. Most medieval demon illustrations look like caricatures, cartoonish, exaggerated, almost silly. Not this one. This devil stares back, wide eyes, a twisted grin, and a presence so strong that people who have looked at it claim they felt watched. The artwork is surrounded by empty space, forcing all attention onto those unblinking eyes. Some believe this is not just an image, it is an invitation. A window into something that should not be looked at for too long. Some say the devil's presence can be felt by those who stare at the picture for too long. An eerie feeling of being judged, of something staring back. What if this is not just an image? What if this is something more? But the book's strange image was just the beginning of what lies within its pages. A key to the other side. The book does not just contain religious texts, it is also filled with writings on demonology, exorcisms, and dark rituals. It details spells so complex they later inspired entire grimoires of forbidden magic. But one section stands out above all others, a passage known as Vinum Diaboli, or the wine of the devil. This is not just a metaphor, it describes a ritual potion meant to open a direct line of communication with spirits best left undisturbed. If the monk was writing these down, was he simply recording knowledge? Or was he experimenting, trying to harness something? Did he create a book that could be used as a tool? Or was it a trap, one that he himself failed to escape? Here is another problem. Some of the book is missing. Dozens of pages were torn out, gone without explanation. Why? Some say they held knowledge so dangerous that even those who owned the book feared what they contained. Others believe these pages were never destroyed at all but hidden, waiting for the right person to find them. Whatever was written on them, it was something someone did not want the world to see. Could these lost pages contain a ritual too powerful to be read? A spell too dangerous to be cast? The Devil's Bible has a history of surviving when it should not. Fires have swept through places where it was kept, leaving destruction in their wake, except for the book itself, which remains untouched. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe it does not want to burn. Those who have kept it have met strange fates, unexpected deaths, madness, obsessions they cannot explain. Scholars who have studied it report feelings of dread, nightmares filled with voices whispering secrets in languages they do not understand. Some believe the book has a mind of its own, drawing in those who dare to open its pages, refusing to be ignored. For centuries, people have searched for deeper meanings within the book's text. Some claim to have found veiled prophecies, warnings hidden beneath layers of religious doctrine and strange symbols. Some passages seem to describe events that would happen long after the book was written: wars, plagues, catastrophes. One chilling line stands out among the rest: the shadows will rise and the lost will return. Some say it predicts a time when something locked away will break free, something that has been waiting. Rumors persist of a secret crypt beneath the monastery where the book was written. Some say it is where the monk performed his final rituals, a place where something unnatural still lingers. Deep within, an unfinished incantation known as the Devil's Key is said to remain, a ritual capable of opening something best left closed. It requires exact timing, rare substances, and knowledge so forbidden that it was buried, perhaps for good reason. Some claim that monks who tried to uncover these secrets disappeared without a trace, their voices echoing through the halls long after they were gone. If this crypt exists, then what lies inside may be more than just history. It may be a door, and doors, once opened, do not always close. Before the monk vanished from history, he left behind one final note, scribbled in the margins of an unfinished chapter. Just 3 words: the shadows watch. No explanation, no context, just a warning that no one has ever been able to decipher. Some believe it was a final message, proof that he had seen something in the depths of his own creation. Others think it was not meant for humans at all, but for something waiting on the other side of the pages. Yet the monk's final note was not the only thing that hinted at something hidden deep inside. A map to the end of the world. One of the most unsettling images in the book is a twisted tree, its roots tangled with bizarre symbols and mysterious characters. It looks like veins, spreading as if feeding off something unseen. Some believe it is the tree of life. Others think it is a gateway, a direct path for dark forces to slip into the world. Legends say staring at this page too long brings nightmares and visions so terrifying that some researchers quit their work altogether. A man once obsessed over it for days, only to abandon his studies completely, leaving behind nothing but frantic notes that hinted at madness. The way this picture plays with the mind makes it feel more like a spell than simple art. The book is not just about the past. Strangely enough, it lines up with cosmic cycles, following the movements of planets and the dance of celestial bodies. Mystics and astrologers have found links between the manuscript and major historical disasters, plagues, wars, and mass deaths, all eerily connected to prophecies hidden in its pages. Some fear it predicts an upcoming great conjunction where something ancient and dark might finally break through. One passage hints at an event where shadows of old will reclaim their place, leading many to believe the book is more than just history. It is a warning, or worse, a roadmap for something sinister to unfold. Despite all the chaos that should have destroyed it, the Codex Gigas has survived. It has been through fires, floods, wars, and even attempts to steal it, yet nothing seems to damage it. During one famous war, soldiers tried to take the book, only to drop it in fear, claiming it was unbearably heavy and radiated heat. When locals found it untouched among the ruins, they were convinced it had some unnatural force protecting it. Some say it does not just survive, it refuses to be destroyed, as if something within it ensures its legacy lives on. The manuscript has always attracted secretive groups, but one stands out: the cult of the Black Flame. Rumors say they worship the book, believing it holds the true origins of humanity. They study its symbols, whisper its forbidden passages, and perform bizarre rituals in hidden locations. Strange markings have been found on trees and old ruins, suspected to be part of their ceremonies. Witnesses claim shadowy figures vanish into the night, always near places where the book was kept, whether they truly understand its power or are just pawns in something bigger. Their devotion keeps the Codex legend alive. There is something about this book that gets into people's heads. Scholars who dive too deep into its mysteries start acting strangely. Some cannot stop reading, as if the book itself is demanding their attention. Others report hearing whispers in the night, voices urging them to keep going, to uncover more. Some have woken up seeing the pages in their dreams, with unseen forces pushing them to keep studying. It is not just an obsession, it is as if the book feeds on curiosity, drawing people in and never letting go. Many believe the book is not just a manuscript, it is a battleground. Some religious scholars argue that every word, every symbol, is part of an unseen war between angels and demons. Some parts of the text feel like divine scripture, while others reek of something much darker, suggesting that the book itself is a mix of both. The belief is that the devil himself tried to corrupt sacred writings, hiding rituals and forbidden knowledge within holy texts. Each time someone reads it, they unknowingly take part in this cosmic struggle, with forces beyond human understanding, using ink and parchment as their weapons. The biggest question, though, is whether the devil himself played a hand in creating it. Some argue that the book's eerie precision and intricate designs seem beyond human ability, especially if written by just one monk under extreme pressure. Experts analyzing the ink have found odd shading techniques that do not match traditional quill work. Could something have guided the writer's hand? Some believe the devil's influence is literally etched into every letter, ensuring that whoever reads it falls deeper into its web. Then there is the language itself. While most of it is in Latin, sections appear in an unrecognizable script that defies translation. These cryptic passages tend to appear around the rituals and exorcisms, leading many to believe they hold something deeply hidden, maybe spells, maybe instructions for forbidden rites. Linguists have tried to crack it, but the structure seems designed to be indecipherable, as if only a select few were meant to understand it. Some say the monk who wrote it was not just inventing a new script, he was writing in a language given to him by something beyond human comprehension. Was this monk guided by something sinister? Or was it just an incredible feat of human skill? Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe,